What to do if OpenBook won't open. If you're receiving an application error immediately upon trying to open the OpenBook software, you'll first need to determine if this is happening on all your computers with OpenBook running on them or not. The key is to finding out if this is occurring on the computer that has the OpenBook server on it. The OpenBook server computer has the OpenBook server control panel on it, while the other computers don't. Listen to step 1 below for directions on how to locate the OpenBook server control panel. If your computer hosting the OpenBook server on it, or all of your computers won't open OpenBook, check the following 3 items. If you become uncomfortable performing the steps below, or become confused about what to do, please feel free to call OpenBook support at any time during this process. Step 1. OpenBook service is running. On the OpenBook server computer, log in as the main administrative user and open the OpenBook server control panel. This is often located on your desktop or pinned on your Start menu. It can also be found by going to the Start menu, clicking All Programs, in a folder called Yellowstone HS, clicking OpenBook, and then clicking OpenBook server control panel. On the first tab, OpenBook Server, there's a button that reads either Start OpenBook Service or Stop OpenBook Service. This should always read Stop OpenBook Service, indicating that the OpenBook service is running. If it reads Start OpenBook Service, click the button 1 time until it says Stop OpenBook Service. If it already reads Stop OpenBook Service, click the button twice in a row for it to say Start and then Stop Service again. Try to reopen OpenBook again at this point. If it does not open, go to Step 2. Step 2 is check the computer clock. In the lower right-hand corner of your screen, check that the date and time on all computers are correct. Step 3. Check the IP address. This step is only to be used if you have 2 or more computers with OpenBook software on them. First, on the OpenBook server computer, open the OpenBook server control panel again. On the main screen, click the IP address button and leave this screen open. Next, open your computer command prompt. This can be found by going to the Start menu, going to All Programs, clicking the folder Accessories, and then selecting Command Prompt, or by doing a search on your computer for Command Prompt or CMD and clicking Enter. Once the black Command Prompt screen is open, type in ipconfig and hit Enter. A bunch of information will pull up. Under the Local Area Connection section, write down the IP address, which should be an 11-digit number, such as 98.293.374.111. Leave this window open. Go back and look at the Open IP address window on the OpenBook server control panel. Confirm that the IP address that is displayed on the server control panel matches the IP address that's displayed in the command prompt. If it does not, type the correct IP address into the server control panel and click OK. Next, you need to make sure the IP address from the command prompt matches the OpenBook client configuration screen. Go to the Start menu, go to All Programs, there's a folder called Yellowstone HS, click OpenBook, and then open OpenBook client configuration, or it may be pinned to your Start menu. Check to see if the IP address that displays in the server IP box matches the IP address that's in the command prompt window. If it does not, type in the correct IP address and click Save Settings. Next, restart your OpenBook service by clicking on the Stop OpenBook Service button on the OpenBook Server Control Panel until it stops and then restarts the OpenBook service. Make sure that at the end it still displays Stop OpenBook Service, indicating that the OpenBook service is running. Then try opening OpenBook again. If at this point OpenBook will still not open, please contact OpenBook's support department at 208-624-0374 or by email at support@openbook.net, and one of our support representatives would be happy to assist you. The second scenario that you may run into is if a client computer won't open OpenBook. A client computer is any computer that is not the OpenBook server computer as described before. If you only have one computer on OpenBook, you do not have a client computer. If a client computer will not open OpenBook, check the following steps. Step 1. Check that the computer clock is correct. In the lower right-hand corner of the screen, check that the date and time on all computers are correct. Step 2. Check that the computer clock matches the server computer's clock. These need to match exactly. The time should not be more than 2 minutes different. Step 3. Check the client configuration IP address. Open the OpenBook client configuration screen by going to All Programs, Yellowstone HS, OpenBook, OpenBook Client Configuration. Listed next to server IP is the IP address that it's set to. Leave this screen open. Next, you'll go to the OpenBook server computer and look up the computer's IP address. You'll do this by opening your computer's command prompt by typing CMD and clicking Enter. Type in ipconfig and look at the local area connection IP address. Return back to the client computer and confirm that the server IP address matches that on the server computer's IP address. If it does not match, type in the correct IP address and click Save Settings. Then try reopening OpenBook. At this point, if OpenBook will still not open, please contact OpenBook's support department at 208-624-0374 or by email at support@openbook.net.